how's it going? So Cat Williams has decided to pull up on 2024 like Stone Cold during the invasion and go and start beating everyone's ass, bro. Like he started calling out Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer. Who else? Who else? Who else? I know he called out like one more comedian, Chris Tucker, I think. And so yeah, man. And so here we have Alvin Preach that have receipts on Steve Harvey stealing jokes, Cedric the Entertainer stealing jokes, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and start this.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
Halloween was a trip. Halloween, we couldn't afford no Halloween costumes. Hey, kids, please. Mama sent us down to the liquor store, put boxes on us. We didn't know what we were.
I don't know what we are. I don't know. She didn't tell her. I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
You've heard me say that every Halloween I had the same outfit on. Every year. I just had a brown box. No, it wasn't nothing sad. I asked my father, could I have a new outfit? And he said, no, just wear the same one. And it was just a brown box. And he just told me to tell everybody I was a UPS man.
Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write.
That I could answer that question is by telling the Bominicious story. It's a true story. See, there was this white family lived in Mississippi, and they had this man who worked for them occasionally named Bominicious. Now, he did various small jobs for them on and off for about a week. One night, he had just finished bartending a party, and the lady of the house realized that she didn't have any money. So she said to him, Bominicious, I want to write you a check, but I don't know how to spell Bominicious. And he said, well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. See, when I came to work for you, I told you my name, and then I said, but you can call me by my initials.
Everybody around here call me Bominicious. Fine, you call me that. Don't even worry about it. Everybody call me Bominicious. I'm like, all right. So all week long, my ass talking about Bominicious. What up, boy? Hey, Bominicious, run to the stove, grab some beer, come on back. My cousin said, what you calling him? Bominicious. He said, everybody call him Bominicious. It's all right for me to call him that. Like, nah, man, his name's CJ. He's saying you could call me by my initials. That's what he's saying.
Your car radio up so loud that you couldn't hear the damn thing when it cut off. It looked like this. You flossing in a six-shift convertible.
They gonna move to the moon. Ain't gonna happen. Y'all move to the moon, damn it, we coming to the moon. Oh, we'll be right behind y'all in space shuttles with Cadillac grills. Nigga just rolling, one headlight out. Tags be all wrong. All base. Y'all know we'll drive a space shuttle too. That's right up our damn alley. A space shuttle is long. They ain't scared of no black folk. We'll drive a space shuttle. We grew up driving long cars. We'll drive a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce and a quarter. We get us a cigarette. We be in a space shuttle.
And so yeah, man. So it seems like those jokes were stolen, and I'm super disappointed to see that, man. Especially that spaceship joke from the Kings of Comedy. Man, like I rolled on the floor for like a while because I thought that joke was so hilarious, and to see that it was actually Cat Williams, come on, bro. And so to see that curtain finally being lifted and seeing all these great comedians like, getting exposed like this feels like a piece of my childhood has been like a little bit ripped away. It's like almost as like finding out Santa Claus ain't real. It's like, damn, man, no, like I was really hoping this was true. This wasn't true, but unfortunately, you never know what's going behind the scenes and what they're doing. But anyway, let's keep going.
Jokes. Some people are like, how do you know? Listen, joke stealing is interesting because some people don't feel like it's a big deal. And yet, if one artist stole a song from another artist, you would think it's always right for the artist to pursue them in court. But I can't call somebody out for stealing my work. If you don't know the process of making a joke, especially when it's your, and it ain't still any joke. According to Cat's own words, this is one of his best jokes, one of the jokes he closed with. And you close on your best joke because you want people to leave the show on the highest note. That's what they stole. Making that joke is a lengthy process that can sometimes take years. Mm-hmm. And you take an idea, you go out, you perform it, it bombs, it doesn't work well, it's clunky as fuck, but you gotta live through those awkward moments with those audience until you get to the point where it's this finalized product. So you go through all the ups and downs. You have other comedians watching you improve. Like, I know and memorize the acts of most of the comics I know because I see them so often and I see the progress. So you get happy watching them improve and you get to talk with them backstage, and sometimes they offer you little tidbits. They're like, yo, you missed that. Well, last time you performed it differently. So you go through that whole ups and downs, and then you get to the point where it's ready for you to tour and do that stuff. And now you're proud because it's killing in front of crowds and they're loving it, right? And that 1 hour that you spent with the crowd, that 5 minutes that everyone's losing it on, right? You spent years crafting. And then someone comes along, sees your shit, and then think they just because they tittle with it a little bit or change the premise enough that they can get away with stealing it. Of course it's going to burn you up because you strive for that, and now they taking the credit like it's their own tribulations when it's not. That'll irk anybody. That's why an artist who sees their melodies being stolen has recourse in courts, and that's why people who have jokes stolen want that same kind of recourse. Now, does this mean that Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey aren't great entertainers? No, that's not what that means. Some people are great performers. Yeah, they're just good at performing other people's bits.
And there definitely is some great admiration to these type of jokes or to people that are trying to strive for something, and there's like ups and downs because a lot of times when you don't see the results, you start second guessing and you start just being unmotivated, and that a lot of people lose to that, right? A lot of people lose. Some people could have one of the greatest ideas or the greatest thing, but as soon as they don't see results in real life, they kind of give up and they stop seeing that diamond in the rocks, right? So again, you gotta respect the people that are willing to have that delayed gratification at the end, or be willing to go through all these like hard times just so they can finally get to that place where they know they imagine themselves in, or they imagine this joke in, or something similar like that. And it's like it's when someone comes around and steals that idea or the joke, it's like as if you were sharpening your sword to the point where it can cut down mountains, and someone just taking the blade and just putting a different handle on it. I'd be pissed, bro, because you weren't there when you could barely even cut the freaking blade of grass, and yet here you are pretending like as if you made something great.
It's not because two jokes sound similar that's inherently stealing. Everything is contextual. Okay, well, are you guys running in the same circles? Okay. How similar is the bit? Okay. Is it just topical? Meaning, when the Juicy Smollett stuff happened, a lot of people ended up writing the same jokes. People who never met each other on different continents. How did that happen? Because enough people looking at the same problem, enough people are going to come up with the same ideas when it comes to the solutions and things like that. Same thing for jokes. When a lot of people are covering the same topic, but then you have to look at, okay, well, how similar are they? And if you look at Cat's bit, it's a very physical bit. He's doing motions. He's doing physical stuff. When you're replicating a lot of the same physical gestures, then I'm starting to look at you like, okay. When you're using a lot of the exact same words, then I'm looking at you like, okay, you've seen that bit before. So they stole it, okay? I don't want any... They stole it. Some people don't like the idea that people are fighting, arguing about this. They don't like that Cat exposed a lot of these people.
People don't like the idea. It brings another problem because people don't like the idea that a black man is exposing another black man. There's that thing in the community where you can't expose out loud your community because it makes you look bad in front of white people or in front of the large majority of the people in power and stuff like that. And automatically when you do so publicly, you are viewed as bitter, as jealous, as angry. But people don't ask the questions of what's going on, or they don't assess of, well, maybe, what if there's something there, you know? So there's also that.
Topic of like, oh, why is he airing them out publicly? Listen, I don't care if Cat Williams being loud about it. I really don't care, because these people were being loud when they stole from him. They were stealing from him on television. Wasn't that loud when they were engaging in theft on national television?
That's the loudest you could be.
You know, you don't like it, the fact that, oh, there's a little bit of conflict. Bruv, this man committed a crime against me on television and y'all want me to be quiet. I don't care. I don't care if he airs out everybody. I don't care how messy it gets. I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. These people are thieves, and a lot of people are think it's more important to protect the image of black people rather than rooting out evil people within the community.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh.
People who steal and pilfer. They want to make sure we look good. Meanwhile, there's dirty shit happening in the back. Your clean image doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it feels like the same thing with like I'm not saying it's the same level of crime with the R. Kelly stuff or whatever, but some people don't want to critique black people so badly that they'll let people do all kinds of nasty shit. You're not good for the cause either.
It goes for our churches, it goes for our families, it goes for a lot of things.
Yes.
So Abba and Preach were definitely cooking in this one. Like I really agree with a lot of their points, especially that Keith Lee and Ocho Cinco situation. Like where you can't critique a black-owned restaurant because it's like taboo or something like that. Like, bro, they have bad customer service. They should get put on blast. You know, it doesn't matter what you are. And you know, another thing that made me gain a lot of respect for Cat Williams when the way he stood up to Bernie Mac. That was so dope, bro. That was so dope.
That's just
Do you consider yourself a king of comedy? Where does Cat?
No, they consider that.
Oh, that.
Like when after Bernie left, them same three guys I'm telling you about, the Kings.
Yeah.
Right? Because DL is the greatest.
Yeah.
There's no DL slander gets tolerated. But they came to me. I was supposed to be the fourth king. I got the offer.
Then what happened?
But I turned it down.
Why?
Because you shit on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you. Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was gonna be called the Kings of Comedy, it was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you gotta close if it's your tour. That's why it was such a big deal. But you couldn't do it, because you can't beat the best. And until you humble yourself, you will forever be kinged by the king. And because you finally did it, because you had no other choice, and now that he gone, you gonna act like he wanted to be a movie star. You stop it. You stop it. That man was funnier than all of y'all, and y'all thought y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly, and you were good looking, and he couldn't make it because you did. And that ain't the way comedy works. The king is the funniest. Period. Every time. And that's why no audience member was ever swayed. It didn't matter where Bernie went. You think if Bernie went first, he wasn't the king? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get your ego out of this. You let the best be the best. Right?
Cat Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
And yeah, man, great video. Catch y'all later.